Hello friends, since there was lot of new mobiles launched recently, in this video we will look at the best smartphone under 15,000 rupees so that you can have an easy time to decide which phone to purchase. My name is Rudin VS, welcome to my channel TechMares. Please click on that subscribe button to support my channel and click on that bell icon so you will get notified about the latest tech videos whenever I upload. Even though we have so many good phones in this segment, I'll list out top 4 phones of my personal choice which I believe is the best smartphone under 15,000 rupees segment. At number 4, we have Redmi Note 6 Pro. Let's look at the specification. The phone is priced at rupees 13,999 with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. The storage is expandable using a hybrid SD card slot. If it was a dedicated SD card slot, it would have been very good. But in most Xiaomi phones, you are getting a hybrid SD card slot. The display in this phone have a very good feedback. It is an IPS Full HD 6.2-inch display. The phone is powered by Snapdragon 636. This is a very good processor in this price range. The battery backup of this phone is very good and it has a 4000 mAh battery. At the rear, we have a dual camera with 12 megapixel primary and 5 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. The front camera is also a dual camera with 20 megapixel primary and 2 megapixel for secondary depth sensing. This phone is one of the best camera phone in our list today. So if your preference is only for camera, go for this phone. The phone is running on MIUI based on Android Oreo 8.1. Personally, if you ask me, the MIUI is very stable OS. It may show ads in your applications, so I think that's a very big letdown. The phone have face unlock as well as fingerprint scanner and both are fast enough. The phone have an aluminium body, so the build quality is very good and it can take 1 or 2 drops. As a bonus, we have an IR blaster in this phone which can be used as a universal remote for your TV, AC, etc. At number 3, we have Asus ZenMax Pro M1. The phone is priced at rupees 14,999 with 6GB of RAM. This is the highest in the segment, and 64GB of internal storage which is expandable using a dedicated microSD card slot. The display in this phone is a 5.99-inch IPS LCD Full HD display. The battery is another highlight of this phone. This has a 5000 mAh battery. With some optimization updates and bug fixes, now the battery life of this phone is very good. In this phone, just like Redmi Note 6 Pro, it is also powered by Snapdragon 636. The real camera in this is a dual camera with 16 megapixel primary and 5 megapixel secondary for depth sensing. The front camera is a 16 megapixel shooter. The camera in this phone is not as good as the Redmi Note 6 Pro, but it is above average. The main problem with this camera is the unavailability of any type of stabilization for video. But if we enable the camera developer mode in this phone, we can have electronic stabilization. There are several videos in YouTube about how to enable this, so you can check out from there. The operating system in this phone is also powered by Android Oreo 8.1, but unlike Redmi Note 6 Pro, Asus have a near stock Android OS which is free from bloatwares and unnecessary ads. If you ask me, I will prefer this OS over the Redmi Note 6 Pro's MIUI. And the phone have both face unlock and fingerprint unlock. The aluminium body of this phone makes it one of the best built phone in this segment. But we don't have Gorilla Glass on this phone, so make sure to purchase a tempered glass as soon as you buy this phone. Let's move to the next phone in this list. In the second spot, we have Realme 2 Pro. This phone is priced at rupees 13,990 for the 4GB RAM variant. The phone have a 64GB internal storage which is expandable using a dedicated microSD card slot. The display in this phone is a beautiful 6.3-inch Full HD IPS display with a dewdrop notch which is very minimal compared to the other notches in the segment. The phone is powered by a Snapdragon 660. This Snapdragon 660 in this phone is a little bit underpowered compared to the conventional Snapdragon 660. But it is still faster than the Snapdragon 636 we have seen in the other 2 phones we have compared in this list. The battery of this phone is a 3500 mAh and it can last you for 1 full day on a moderate usage. The rear camera of this phone is a 16 megapixel and 2 megapixel for depth sensing as a secondary shooter. The front camera is a 16 megapixel And the camera of the Realme 2 Pro overall is very good in low light because of the 1.7 aperture value it have. If you follow the Twitter handle of Realme, you can see lot of good photos that was taken by Realme 2 Pro. So considering all these, I would have to say that the camera is very good. The main negative point about this phone is the operating system. The Color OS 5.2, which is based on Android 8.1, but it's not as good interface as the other phones we have compared in this list. We can use a custom launcher and improve the experience, so it's up to you. The phone have face unlock as well as fingerprint scanner. The phone is having a glossy looking back which will feel like it is made out of glass, but actually it is made using plastic. The front screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 3, so the overall build of this phone is okay. Before we list our top phone, I have to tell you about the recently launched Realme U1. The phone is very similar to what Realme 2 Pro except for the camera and the processor. The phone is based on Helio P70. This is the first phone in the world to come with this processor. The main highlights of this phone is the 25 megapixel selfie camera, which is a very good selfie camera. Since it is launched only few days back, I cannot recommend this right now. We have to see how this performs in the real world and see whether there is any problems with this phone. With the specs and initial impressions, the phone looks very promising. If I was asked to place this phone in my list, I would place just above Asus ZenMax Pro and just below Realme 2 Pro. But for the time being, let's leave this phone aside and move on to our top contenders. The Honor 8X is the best smartphone under 15,000 rupees available right now in the market. The phone, priced at rupees 14,999, is available with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage. The storage is expandable using a dedicated microSD card slot. The display in this phone is a 6.5-inch Full HD display with very minimal notch. The front of the screen is protected by a Gorilla Glass 3. The processor in this phone is Kirin 710, which is the best performing processor at this price segment. The battery in this phone is a 3750 mAh, and to charge this battery, it takes from 0 to 100 in around 2 hours. The Kirin 710 is a very powerful, optimized processor, so you can expect a very good battery backup with this processor. The camera in this phone is a 20 megapixel primary and 2 megapixel depth sensing secondary in the rear. And in the front, we have a 16 megapixel camera shooter. The camera performance in Honor phones generally is very good. We have face unlock and fingerprint scanner in our phone. The phone is powered by EMUI 8.2, which is based on Android Oreo 8.1. This flavor of the Android is comparatively good if we take Color OS or MIUI into consideration. But the stock Android in Asus ZenFone Max Pro will always be my preference if you ask me. The biggest drawback in this phone is the unavailability of video stabilization. But there is workaround for that too. You can download the Google Photos application and stabilize the video using the feature available on this software. This was my personal choice for the best smartphone under 15,000 rupees segment. If you feel like there is another phone that should be there on the list, please mention that in the comment below. And also, if you feel like this video was useful, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and click on that bell icon so you'll get notified about the latest tech videos whenever I upload. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Goodbye.